Here's why results with your clients actually makes you more money. And it's probably not the mechanism you're thinking of. It might seem obvious. It's like, oh, if they're getting results, then it's better for my reputation. The actual thing that will make the biggest difference is client retention. Client retention means they're sticking to their stuff and they're going to get results and everything. Yes, everything changes you. Reputation, it's all positive. But we tend to look at different times of the year about like, oh, I'm going to acquire a whole bunch of clients this year. Understand this. Client acquisition costs money. You want the lowest client acquisition and the highest client retention. Understand that. That's super important to understand. You don't need at any given time of the year to have a huge influx of clients. It's not going to be conducive to getting really good results with every single one. And if the whole idea is like, I'm going to acquire all these clients and then a few of them are going to stick around and I'm going to keep them, that is a recipe to be broke for a lot of the year, right? We need to concentrate on client retention. Now, in an earlier video, I talked about willpower, how important willpower was. And if you haven't watched that video on how to set it up, watch that. In this one, I want to talk about motivation. Motivation, what people don't understand, they think discipline over motivation. It's not true. You need both, and you need all three. You need willpower, motivation, and discipline. So you set your clients up with all three. Motivation is the mechanism that is set up when you have a goal that is measurable and you can measure the steps along the way, but not in a way only that we as professionals understand, in a way that is compelling to the client, that they understand and they see that those measurements are actually meaningful. Because any meaningful advancement is going to release dopamine in their system. If we can consistently do that for over 3 months, it becomes much more addictive. The behavior is something now that their body craves and wants, and they'll keep on going. So we need to set that up really, really well. Find a goal that is compelling to them, that is measurable, and then find a way to make sure you measure them along the way in a way that's meaningful for them. So for us, the whole reason we created the Smart Anchor and the accumulation scores that we use is because the 10,000 pounds program, for example, it's 10,000 pounds of accumulated force that they need to gain every time they work out, and they do that 3 times a week or something like that. First of all, it's a measurable number. Second of all, the number isn't small. It's not 3 or 4. It's not when you're counting repetitions. It's like, I got to 10, now I got to 11. That's not massively compelling to the brain. When you start talking about numbers like 10,000, well, 10,000 seems like a lot. It's actually not a lot. When you talk about peak force, it's the minimum threshold to make sure that we know that they're going to get results. But when they get to the 10,000 or 11,000 or 12 or 15 for some workouts, it's like, oh, this is really, really good. And then when we set them up for a long-term goal, it's like, okay, let's set up a goal for the next 4 weeks so that you can get to 120,000 pounds of accumulated force. That's a big goal, and it seems like a big goal to them. And it's like, okay, that would be really, really cool. And now we measure it along the way, and they're releasing dopamine every time, and they feel accomplished every time because they can feel the steps towards what they're doing, and it's meaningful to them. So it's really important to set up a goal that is measurable, meaningful, and that has steps that are measurable and meaningful to them. And those steps should be every time they train. Okay, I hope this helps. In the next video, I'll talk about discipline. So if you want to learn more about how to set them up even better for much longer term, have a look at that video.